So a little thing I've been playing with at the moment are these egg weights. Now, these are essentially used to assist with your shadow boxing, give you a little bit of resistance, a little bit of feedback, help you put a little bit more oomph into your shots. Normally I was a little bit derisive about these things. I didn't really see what extra they had, but actually I've really enjoyed using them. I've seen some small but useful gains in power development and torque and all sorts of stuff. So actually they've been quite good. So, egg weights like so. You've got a heavy-ish tungsten weight here, and you can choose which weight options you prefer. That really relates to your size, to your strength, to the size of your hand, and so on. But there are varying weights that you can get for this, from a cardio version to what they call Knockout Max, which is the heaviest possible version. They've got this kind of ruggedized rubber grip here, which helps it kind of set into your hands. You've got these hexagonal shapes, and you've got this finger loop. And the idea is that you put the finger through, you wrap it like so, and essentially you got your egg weights. They're small enough to fit into a nearly enclosed fist. Unless you've got monster hands, you're never going to fully envelop these things. But you can still make a pretty decent fist, and you move and you shadow box, and you get used to that little bit of extra weight, that little bit of extra something in your hands. And actually, I find it very, very useful if I'm going around the house, if I'm doing a bit of shadows. Shadow boxing is probably one of my least favourite exercises when it comes to boxing. I much prefer to get into the sparring, get into it, have a bit of a blast. But it is very, very useful. It is a great cardio exercise. It's a great mental exercise for your dynamic thinking, dynamic problem solving. So absolutely, shadow boxing does have its place. And these egg weights have actually been a very useful tool to put a bit of extra bite behind those punches, put a bit of extra drag in it, so you have to throw it with a bit more welly, a bit more torque, a bit more structural alignment. So these egg weights are actually pretty good. They're relatively pricey for what they are, but they're very good quality. They'll probably last a very long time, and they're a lot less cumbersome than the kind of traditional weights. Obviously this is a slightly thicker one. You can get thinner boxing orientated ones, but either way, the weight is naturally situated on either side of the wrist, so you end up kind of over kinking or under kinking, or you can't quite get a normal boxing wrist alignment. With something like an egg weight, it's fully enclosed in the fist, or mostly, so you can move in a way which is a lot more in tune with how you go about boxing. So absolutely, I recommend, if you got a little bit of savings behind you and you've got the time and the inclination and you want to up your shadow boxing just a little bit, maybe you travel, maybe you go on the road a fair bit, absolutely give them a whirl.